Alright, we're going to do the brakes, the rear brakes, disc brake. Now these have two different brakes, the parking brake, which is kind of like a drum brake, and the rear brake, which is just like a disc brake. First thing you want to do, position your jack, get it on the pinch point, which is right here. Right there on the pinch point. This is called a unibody, it doesn't have a frame. Lift it from the unibody. So we're going to lift it. Alright. These are 20. I put wheel chocks in the front. That's good. I put wheel chocks in the front. Just like I said, pass me that socket, please. We're going to get the 21mm socket and we're going to hook it up to the impact. We're going to knock this off. Once again, if you don't know, if you don't have an impact, what you want to do is you want to loosen the lug nuts before you raise the vehicle. Okay. Loosen all the lug nuts. Once again, it's 21mm. Take them off. Get them out of the way. It's a little stuck. We're going to put the tire underneath the frame. Well, it doesn't have a frame, the unibody. So if it falls, we are protected. Next thing we want to do is, so there was a noise coming from this side, and took it off. We had to get the brakes. We had to actually get the part. The pins are bent. The slide pins. Don't ask me how. So what we're going to do is we actually have replaceable pins right here. That's the unit number. Made in China. And no, not everything made in China is bad. So 14mm. So we'll use this. We'll get our handy dandy screwdriver, stick it in here in between this and the pad and pry it. Make sure you open up the hood, look at the brake fluid, make sure it's not spilling out. So here we are. Pull it all the way out. So we just collapsed the piston right there. That's what we did. Let's continue to remove the caliper bolts. I should use something to hang this out of the way, but it stays up here pretty nicely without falling. So what we want to do is, see, the pads are no good. Look at the new pad. You can see the difference. There's a big difference. What we want to do is remove this and put it on there. The hardware kit does not come with this. This is what squeals when the pad ends up running out. This is completely gone. And the reason you see uneven pad wear I'll show you right now. It's because the pins I think the pins are bent. There's a slight bend to the pin. There's a slight bend to it. Don't ask me how that happened. I know, but I won't tell you. Just wait. That's not a hammer.
Mom, Papa keeps hitting me.
There's a squeal. That's why we're taking a look at this. And you can see that has a bend in it, for sure. So that's the reason for the uneven wear. And what I'm gonna do is replace these right here, right? Make sure they're in the same position. Just pop it up like this. This pops up. Now, I'm gonna warn you, these are OE quality, but they're not OE. There is a difference. There is a difference. They're almost identical. Almost. You can reuse these if you need to. It's up to you if you want to replace them. Like I said, it is OE quality, but it is not OE. So we'll hold on to these. You can clean these up, actually reuse them. We'll just use the new brake hardware for this. So what I'm going to do is open up the new slide pins. Make sure there are the same ones. Okay. So this one will go down here. We want to make sure that these fit in here properly, which they do, or they come with the new ones. What I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna clean this off. I'm gonna put these on here. Oh, there you go. Just goes like that. Sometimes this doesn't fit all the way. There we go. Now we'll lube the new slide pin with some caliper lube. That should be enough right there. Shove that in there. Fits in there perfectly. This right here, let me pop this off. Put some new lube on this. Always replace the lube. Put that in there. Now what I want to do is take this off of here. place it. Oh, sorry, wrong way. On here. Get the other one. Make sure it goes in the lower position. Put it here. There you go. These are ready to install. Let me I'm gonna put a little bit of disc brake lube right on the back here. Small amount. Right here, small amount. And let me do that to the other side. Let me install them, put them in at an angle, push them in, wedge them in. Sometimes you have a little bit of problem with the aftermarket stuff. Get your screwdriver, push it in there, wedge it in there. Let's get it in there. We'll come to the next screenshot. You'll see me installed. So this aftermarket hardware right here is a little bit flimsy. I probably would have just left the original stuff there. Like I said, it's original quality, but it's not original. You could tell the difference because, like right there, you see it's split. You see it's split right here. On this one, it's not split. Anyways, you can reuse the old stuff. Just make sure you clean it and lube it. Make sure it's sitting flat. You just got to make sure that right here, you get it in here and here and in there. You got to finagle with it a little bit, and you'll get it. Use a flathead screwdriver. You'll be good. This thing, we'll just put this back after we got everything nice and lubed, which, once again, it's not fit back properly. So we'll get our handy dandy that's it. If it's not going in, push these pins in. There you go. Not going in, push the pin in. There you go. We'll just use the old hardware. As far as the bolts go, and we'll hold on to the new stuff in case we need to use that later on down the road. All right. So tighten these down. Before we finish that one off, we'll tighten this one. Snug and a little more. That's good. Snug. A little more. Good to go. We're gonna jump in there. We're gonna push on the brake, and then we'll put the wheel back. I have my go ahead and jump in there. It's a little bit loose right now. We'll pump the brake. That'll just squeeze it tight. We'll just rotate this. And that's good. And throw the tire back on here. And should be good to go. Like I said, there was a noise coming from this, and it's hard to tell, but those are bent slightly. I don't know exactly what happened, but that's what caused the uneven wear on the pads. So this one's worn a lot more, starting to squeal. So anyways, visual inspection, don't forget about your visual inspections. So let's throw the tire back on here. We're good to go. That's another job done under the belt. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe.